Yeah, y'all. Tresiba, I need the Tresiba. What's up, guys? Welcome to Saturday's vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are gonna talk about Tresiba Insulin. Can I get a thumbnail? Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah!
Alright guys, so I am currently fasted and I have not taken a fast acting insulin, a bolus, since 2:30 a.m. because I spiked. I was 160, which wasn't too surprising. Let's get into a BG update with Dexcom. Since you know I changed my Dexcom yesterday because it ripped off my arm if you watched yesterday's vlog. Okay, currently I'm 147. I'm pretty high right now. I'm smoking too much. No, I'm kidding. I was 130 when I woke up 8 a.m. And let's take out my iPhone is this thingy. Now, if you're asking why Tresiba, why not stick to Levemir, or why not Lantus, let's start off with even manufacturers and doctors say that basal insulins last 24 hours, and with Tresiba's case, they say 48 hours. Now, that is true if you take an industrial dose. An industrial dose, in Doctor Bernstein's definition, is a large dose. So if you're taking a big dose of Lantus, Levemir, or Tresiba, it will last as long as whatever the manufacturers say. Now, if you follow the law of small numbers, if you've read Dr. Bernstein's book, Diabetes Solution, you know that your basal insulin should not last you no more max 8 hours. If we're talking about a nighttime dose when you're going to sleep. Okay, let's put this out in an example. If my total basal, now hold on, before I get into that, I know there's like a lot of controversy on this and people are gonna call me out like, who are you to say that? Why? I'm gonna link below Dr. Bernstein, if I remember who he is, why should you trust him, and why is he a source of someone to go against manufacturers and standards. Nonetheless, let's continue. So if you were to dose all your basal requirements in one day, okay, if let's say Bobby needs to fix his thingy. If Bobby requires 24 units of Lantus or Levemir, let's go with Levemir, and he injects it at 10 p.m., what's going to happen is he injects at 10 p.m., and then once the basal insulin starts to work the onset is 2 hours, but you would check your blood sugar in 4 hours to see where you're kind of headed. Your blood sugar will go lower, so if he's going to bed at 90, he's not going to be confident if he sleeps for 8 hours that he's going to wake up 80 or 90 or 100. He might go wake up at 60. And some of you actually, like a lot of us don't know that, some of us can't go to bed confidently when we're fasted, or at least there's no bolus really working on our body, just the basal. We should be able to go to sleep with a number and wake up with the max 10-point number. Now, I'm saying this with the most humble attitude because I'm still learning, I'm still progressing, I'm still testing, I'm still trying things, but these words are coming out of Dr. Bernstein's mouth, and I'm just distributing it on the Diabetes Daily Hustle. What he says is Levemir only lasts a couple hours when going to bed because there's so many hormones surging through our body. So for some of us, like me, I would take my bedtime dose, 4 to maybe 5 hours later, I'll take my second dose. So the reason why I take them so close to each other is because I don't take a large dose or at least in my case, like I'm not taking my total basal in that bedtime. I'm taking 1/3 of it. So that's for me 13 units, which seems like a lot. That holds me for 4 or 5 hours. I'll check my blood sugar then. Now I have a Dexcom, I just click, I'm like, okay, I haven't changed much. Now it's time for my 7-unit shot. That 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. is gonna last me till 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I'll take my third shot. Third shot will last me basically 18 or 12. I'm not really precise, but more than 12 hours it will last me because that's when I'm more sensitive. That's when basal will actually last you longer. With Tresiba, the beauty of it, all I need to do is take 2 different shots. So when I go to bed, I'm probably not going to take 13 units of this. This is the U100. There is U200. You got to be careful because I think one is more concentrated with insulin and it's more potent. So definitely want to be fasted. That means you want to isolate everything but your basal and blood sugar. You want to be fasted, cannot exercise, you cannot eat, you cannot consume any sort of calories, and no bolus insulin. at all, at least in the last 5 hours. The last one should be 5 hours, and then you can start testing. Mine was 2:30 a.m. Now I'm pretty elevated. Dexcom says I'm 146, and I'm gonna show you guys my graph. I took 5 units. I took 5 units of Tresiba at 9:30 a.m., which is pretty late. I should have took it at 8 a.m. That's one of the reasons why I could have tested it sooner before I picked up my old people, because it's Saturday. I work with my mom. Blah, 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 blah. You already know that. So I just want to say I'm really grateful to have this. I'm pretty motivated. Weirdly, like I can't stop talking, and my energy's going pretty good. I'm fasted. Had 2 cups of coffee. Really weak coffee though. It's instant. So it's gonna be split in 2 for me. I'm gonna take 5 for the morning shot. Now this is just testing experiments. I gotta see how things work for me. At bedtime, I'll probably take, I don't know, maybe 11, 12, just kind of like stay in the ballpark, which I'm kind of blessed this morning that I'm not dropping significantly. I was 130, now I'm 150 or 140. I'm in that range, a 20-point range. I can't be like, I'm gonna take this dose. Oh, I've only had a 10-point deviation in my blood sugar. I will try to, I'm not going to answer questions in the comments. I'm going to pull out the book and see what Dr. Bernstein says. If you guys have questions or trying to understand why basal doesn't last as long as it should. And like I just said, if you take all your basal requirements in one moment, you're gonna see a big change in your blood sugar in the next 4 hours. If you don't, then that's going to be a little different. That means that you're probably going to have weird levels in the morning. You might be dropping lower, you might be going higher. It's just putting them in increments, because our body's so unique. You can't just be like, take all your dose this moment, and then if you fast the whole day, you'll see that your numbers will be sporadic. And I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just saying this is what I've read, this is what I've seen in my experience. Disclaimer, it's about 8 minutes. I don't want to make this too long. And I'm gonna show you guys my levels when I took my dose. So put sideways. So I'm gonna take you through, let's see, 9 here. I was 130 at, I don't know if you guys can see it, at 9:30 a.m. That's when I took my 5 units of Tresiba. I say 2 hours, it should be kicking in. I was 130 again, nothing too crazy. But at 12, it says I was 147, which right now I'm 147 exactly. Okay, I'm checking right now. Yeah, I'm 150. Dex is pretty accurate. Like, quick update. It's almost 6:30. Blood sugar's been really high. It's been 180s. Second. So I don't know if you can see this, but just 180s after that first meal. Now I've just been riding the 140s, 150s. I'm not going through a period of insulin resistance. It's basal fine tuning. My basal's not right. 5 units of Tresiba is something I need to adjust. It's not too little or too much. I'm still trying to figure things out. Just did the podcast with Neil, so he posted. I can't afford having a workout that will spike me right now. I've just been doing really steady state cardio. Nothing like, I'll get my heart rate up crazy. Let's go. Take 3. Walking home from the gym, okay? Blood sugar right now is 100. I kept my workout pretty steady state cardio, stuff that wouldn't bring my blood sugar up, even though I'm not as sweaty. Today's a stretch because I had a fast in the morning to see how Tresiba works, and I can't take Tresiba in the morning and then take Levemir at night. I could, but that would be dumb. I'm gonna take Tresiba at night again, so that means I shouldn't have a bolus right before bed. So that means morning I fasted, at night I'm gonna try to keep my bolus very limited right before bed, so I can test Tresiba at least somewhere in that range, because I don't know how much to take for bedtime. Important thing is not trying to be perfect, and I won't take a 4 a.m. shot like I do with Levemir. That's the point of Tresiba. I'll take my bedtime and then just one in the morning, twice a day versus 3 times a day. Hopefully you saw what I talked about basal insulin, why I don't take once a day, and I say it lasts 24 hours in the description below. Dr. Bernstein explains. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Basal insulin. Oh my god, this is the 4th take. It's been like 10 hours since my first 3 takes. See my effort? I'm trying to make this short, condensed, sweet, to the point. But just remember, I'm not a healthcare provider. I'm not a healthcare professional. I do not have a license to give you advice on diabetes. This is just my experience. And the person I'm getting this advice from, to make this justifiable, which is not a word, Dr. Bernstein, Dr. Richard K. Bernstein is a physician. He has been living with type 1 diabetes for about 70 years and lives and promotes normal blood sugar. He lives with normal blood sugar. His A1C is like in the 4.5 range. and he has a book. It's called The Diabetes Solution, which is right here. And I've been following his program. Helped me reduce my A1C from 7.6 to 6.3 at the time. I did fluctuate, binge eating and whatnot, all right? But let's get into it. On basal insulin, it's not meant to lower high blood sugar. It's not meant to drop your blood sugar that dramatically. You should be coasting in a 10-point deviation range. Like if you go to sleep 80, you should be waking up 90 or 75. Obviously, this sounds really far-fetched to a lot of people, but this is what Dr. Bernstein preaches. Normal blood sugar. I'm not there yet. I'm still progressing. I just want to show it by example. I'm every day trying my best to, not my best, but I'm trying to have normal blood sugars. Enough about me. Guys, appreciate you guys watching. Today was a lot of basal insulin talk. If this was confusing, overwhelming, feel free to DM me on Instagram, okay, or drop a comment below. And if you're being resistant to this, I completely understand. I'm empathetic towards it, and growth will not happen. Growth in a learning state. Like some of you guys need to accept new things, and you got to question, where did you learn this whole theory of it lasts you 24 hours? Who did you learn from? What's their A1C? Do you want to be where they want to be? Maybe not. I want to be where Bernstein is, which Bernstein is. Longevity, good normal blood sugars, healthy, works out. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Ali ABDUL-Kareem. I do Diabetes Daily Vlogs. Hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe. The description below of who Bernstein is. Why do I follow him? Why should you trust him? I'll see you. Peace. Peace up, A-Time. Seriously though.